Columbia, Canada's third city, just a few miles north of the U.S. border. Yesterday, a brash settlement on the edge of nowhere. Today, one of the most beautiful cities in North America and the busiest seaport on Canada's Pacific coast. So young, her story is still being written, but old enough to have developed a personality that is all her own. Home to 750,000 people who have a conviction that the best years are all ahead. To the visitor, the door is open and the welcome mat is out. And whether you're a big family man or a honeymoon party of two, the greeting is the same. Come on in. We'd like to know you and to help you if we can. We'd like you to see our city. And if it's directions you want, speak up. Anyone will be proud to point the way to city center. Not so long ago, as history measures time, this was a tangle of forest and bush surrounding a handful of shacks in their sparse clearings. The prolific growth that in time became a source of wealth had not yet been mastered. It was then only a jumping-off place for the logger, fishermen, and the early prospectors. But in less than a century, those shacks have become streamlined pillars of stone and steel and glass, expressing a spacious freedom in their creation. They stand as monuments to men with big ideas and faith in the city's future. But the past is not forgotten. In the City Hall, one finds deep-rooted respect for tradition. There's a saying in the West that when a tree falls anywhere in B.C., its echo is heard in the financial district of Vancouver. For this is the business center of Western Canada's lumber industry. The port is sheltered and spacious. 30,000 ships berth here each year, of every shape, size, and registry. And if Vancouverites seem to have salt water in their veins, it's understandable. For every day they play host to a fleet of deep-sea freighters, visiting naval ships, and from India, Hawaii, and Australia, the glamorous luxury liners that make Vancouver a regular port of call. For the visitor, a tour to the harbor is a fascinating experience. They'll find that this is Vancouver's International Airport is Canada's western base for airlines of the world and the nation's port of entry for travelers from across the Pacific. 1 million passengers plus 10 million pounds of freight pass through here every year. Nature was indeed kind to this community, for it has more than a just share of beaches, parks, and green forested areas. Open invitations to live outdoors, and those who seek the heart of Vancouver will find it in the beautiful homes and gardens. Here, even the humble amateur produces miracles, for nature is the gardener's helper with the perennial green thumb. Olympic champions, many, but whatever it is, the athlete has a field day here. Water skiers enjoy their sport on a sheltered inlet. While just a few minutes journey away by chairlift, there's another type of skiing in deep snow of alpine slopes. Sometimes on a spring night, high above the sparkling lights of the city, a torchlight procession down a North Shore mountain becomes a dramatic festival of youth and motion. 3,000 feet below, golfers play against the spectacular scene on one of the city's many beautiful courses, adding to a year-round panorama of sporting events. They teach them young here. In this miniature city street, would-be car owners get their first lesson in safe driving. It's all taken pretty seriously, too, with a real policeman on hand to keep an eye on the reckless drivers. Watch it, boy. While the surrounding city has grown from a village to a soaring metropolis, the quiet woodland walks of Stanley Park have changed very little over the years. It is one of the finest natural parks in existence, and only a 5-minute walk from the center of town. There are 14 miles of safe sandy beach within the city limits, a summer vacation land outrivaling the travel pictures of faraway places. Here is one of the few cities where crowded beaches are part of the downtown area, and sun worshippers can make the most of it. Here is a picture of a city in bikinis and sunsuits. But if you want to be alone, there's plenty of beach. Where there's a sea, there's a sailor. Between 30 and 40,000 would-be sailors, in fact, crowd the seaways on holidays and weekends. And the craft range from do-it-yourself models to slick products of the shipbuilder's art. But once aboard, with the sun on the waves, everyone's a master mariner, and maybe an Isaac Walton. Sports fishing lures anglers from all over the continent, eager to try their luck at landing a big one. And here, where a Tyee salmon weighs as much as 80 pounds or even more, they're truly big, but you still have to catch them. Sometimes Lady Luck upsets the male ego, and all he can do is be a good sport, laugh about it, and write it off to fisherman's luck. A red snapper may not have the prestige of a giant spring or coho, but it's big, and sometimes that's what counts. With all this activity, time comes when you're hungry, and because the climate here is temperate all year round, top up or down, you can dine in your car right through the 4 seasons. On a summer night, there's something for everyone. The amateur variety show at Kitsilano Beach attracts an informal, easygoing crowd. While downtown, entertainment on an intercontinental scale can be found at the Queen Elizabeth Theater. At the art gallery, as part of the festival program, a Buddhist priest from Japan demonstrates an ancient art, calligraphy, against a background of priceless watercolor. While at the University of British Columbia, students pursue special summer courses in art, sculpture, and drama. The university wields its influence on Vancouver's educational life. In 1915, it was a collection of wooden huts housing 400 people. Today, as one of the continent's leading universities, it has a yearly enrollment of 13,000 students from all parts of the globe. The campus covers 1,000 acres, and the faculties and curriculum are designed to help meet the needs and problems. Everybody likes to browse and shop. It's great fun. No pressure, no sales pitch, and the prices are attractive. But the most exciting shopping tour takes second place to the opening day of the Pacific National Exhibition. It's carnival time in Vancouver. Here now, one of the top 5 exhibitions on the continent is in full swing. The PNE is more than an annual fun festival. It's a permanent part of life in Western Canada. At once a meeting place of peoples and an exhibition of their achievements in industry and in the arts. For 2 weeks every year, the air is filled with the sound of people enjoying themselves at the PNE. Night comes to the city and brings a curtain of magic. The after-dark menu of where to dine and what to do is written in brilliant letters along the brightest street in Canada. For here, the night has 1,000 eyes, flashing, beckoning. Forest, of sea and sand, combine in a kaleidoscope of dreams and friendly people to make the adventure complete. Honeymoons end sooner or later, and visitors may take their leave to journey back from whence they came. Seasons change, but there's one thing here that never changes. Winter, summer, spring, or fall. The visitor is always welcome in Vancouver, British Columbia.